We just have to behave. Then I
All
turn
right.
it off.
Yeah,
Okay.
good. How are
I
you?
mean,
Good to see
the
you. You too, man.
the
Really?
problem is like we've all used plenty of CRMs, and
Oh,
my pain point with the CRMs is I feel like they try to get too fancy and they give you all these promises of what they do and they just don't work. When you try to put campaigns in place and you think that they're going to execute and they really don't, there's nothing more frustrating when you're trying to do a post-close campaign and you have some really important stuff in there and it doesn't work. And so what I like about this system is that it can be a little intimidating at first, but that's the good thing about this group is that they have the calls every day. So if you need the level one learning or level five learning or whatever it is, they have that support on a daily call, which is nice. And so like I don't jump on it every day because I don't necessarily need that. But like I was saying earlier, when I do have an issue, I come in, I tell them what my issue is, and then we get it fixed, and then I jump back out. But the good thing about this software is that when you build something out and you tell it to do something, it executes every time. And once you get the gist of how this system works, it's actually very simple. Now, there are a lot of bells and whistles that are in here that you don't necessarily have to use and you probably will never use. But like some of the simplest things that I feel like we need as a loan officer is like some of these post-closing campaigns and these a yearly campaign or a reminder. And I can tell you that this CRM will execute on that 100% every time, and it will do exactly what you want it to do. The other side of this is that Scarlett has built out a really cool feature where it's gifting. So depending on which one you sign up for, if you sign up for the pro plan, you will have this gifting option that you can automatically set it for when you have a client that closes, maybe if you don't go to all your closings or if you have a closing that's out of state, you can actually set it up where if they go into a certain closing status, that it will automatically send them a gift. So if you have, if you're a person that likes to do a customized cutting board, and all you have to do is you just have to change where they're at in the pipeline to like closed out of state or whatever, and automatically it sends them a gift. So you don't even have to think about it. And the other thing is you can fully customize it, and that's what's really nice about it is that if you want to change everything that's in it to suit your business, you can absolutely do that. So yeah, I mean, I'm pleased with it, very much so. And I mean, I've been able to work with Scarlett on a few things, like she's talking about with these leads. Like we're trying to work on some campaigns for that, on how we can um, nurture those and call them and what we need to do. And so I think all in all, just the group itself has been great. It's not like there's nothing worse than having to create a ticket. You know what I mean? Like, let me create a ticket and wait for them to fix it. Or I don't know how many of y'all were on MLO Flow. Like, let me jump on a Zoom call and schedule it a week out with the account rep that I have. And at the end of the call, you feel like nothing was done. So I mean, I like it. I love it because it can be as simple as you want, or as it can be as complex as you want.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Uh, and speaking of that campaign, I would love to jump on a call this weekend so we can kind of work it out because I've got a lot to get out. I really do think that that new Edge program, the new app that we've got, I
Yeah.
to me that is a great hook, right? To be able, that's one great hook to be able to send out as a workflow. So what I'm talking about right now in this conversation, and I will go deeper, but if I don't forget, because I'm seriously ADHD, I'll never remember to say this later. But that's a great hook. And then the other is for to do a first time buyer class and invite people to it and schedule that online. And then you can invite your realtors, right?
Hmm.
Because you're giving them a value, you're bringing them, like, what do you do with 5,000 people? I did
Right.
hear, they did have this thing that we were supposed to not be able to call or drop voicemail or do the drop text after the 27th. Well, Trump kiboshed it for 60 days. So that is good. So you can still do the drop
We
voicemail.
need to get on it quick.
Right, exactly. Go send them all out to everyone. So what we do with that and what that means is um say I create a campaign, right? I created what they call workflow and it seems to be working well. Well, we cross share that workflow into everybody's account. And then
Hmm.
you can just change your own, take your voice, take my voicemail out, put your voicemail in.
Yep.
Right? We have all the marketing pieces, and because I'm creating it, I don't know if you were you on the call when I told them, and now in yours, check and see if it is, because he was supposed to do this. So I only know from what you in your menu on the left where we have marketing pieces. You know how like we have the marketing lady, we have all of my Edge stuff and a ton every month of different marketing pieces that you can post, and you can just go into Canva and trade mine out and put yours in,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Yep. That's
So
that's in there.
see, is there another tab for realtors? Because I told them to add for us lenders so they can give it to their realtors. Wasn't that a nice little birthday present I gave
Yeah,
y'all?
we have both of them. We have the monthly for us, and then the monthly,
It's
yeah,
a
for
whole
us, and
thing
then
for
the one
realtors.
for the realtors.
So
So,
the reason I did that was for this campaign, Nick. So say you want to give this to some of your realtors, you can give them the same item of values that we're giving to our realtors that they
hmm
can do a campaign. Isn't that kind of cool?
absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
you can add your realtors as users in your account.
Yeah. As the right.
So if you
Haven't
add
started
them
doing
as
that
a
yet.
user in your account, you
Yep.
can assign them with you on some of these leads
Mm.
and get that workflow, and they can send it out just like it's them. Like, so you actually have a mini agency if you want it, so to speak.
Yeah,
Just
and that's the cool thing about it is that, like I was saying earlier, you can go as deep as you want. Like you can add your realtors on it and give them certain permissions and stuff. Like, yeah, it's really cool. And since I've been here, we've done that a couple times with like the things that you've updated. Like all of a sudden you come in and like it gets shared with everybody, which is nice. Um, and I think what's cool is some of the people that has come in, like they had campaigns that were built out in some of their other CRMs. Like they've been sharing that with the group, and Scarlett's like, look, we can incorporate that. Like if you're cool with it, we'll share it with everybody. So like that's what's really cool is like everybody's kind of collaborating themselves with each other and saying, hey, what do y'all think about this? Like this would be a pretty cool campaign. And then what happens is they build it out, Scarlett goes in and then she shares it with everybody. And so
but
now
I
you have
get
access to
permission
it.
first. Did you hear that?
Yeah. No, 100%. Like, hey, are you
I'll
cool
never
if I
delete an
share it?
admin out of your account again.
Yeah, you're good.
But
I'm
that
all
goes,
I need
but
to.
that goes with my, and I really don't, I never, but I got an email and I thought, why is a movement mortgage dude?
Yeah,
Because that was his email was added as an admin, and I am.
right. Yeah, and that was me. Well, basically what I did was what I think is there's a couple things. Sorry, I don't mean to hijack your
No, I
meetings.
love this. This is
Uh,
great.
there's a couple things that I really like about this, and it's a couple more things I need to figure out too. But like I never really hosted my own website. Like I have my own domain, but I never got to the point where I hosted my own website because I honestly, like, I didn't want to pay for it. I didn't want to pay for somebody to do it. And what's cool about this is like I create a website in here. Like you can create your own website, and what it does is it uses your domain, and basically it's like a forward slash whatever, and that's how it hosts it. So like you can create your own website, your own landing pages. So what I did was I found somebody in one of, I think it was marketing animals or something like that. One of those, and this guy created a go high level deal and he was sharing it with people. Well, I just bought the template off of him and we put it in mine, and then now that's where my website is. And so it's really cool. And at some point I'll figure out how to get rid of some of the other things I use like Calendly. Like you can get rid of that. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get rid of MailChimp, so you're able to get rid of a lot of things just using this,
System.
platform, which
Oh,
is
for
really
accountability purposes, because I didn't see you on Friday, I'll have you know, I my Calendly, full disclosure, my calendar in my own system was wrong. Every time we go in there, there's that little red thing up top. And I said,
yeah.
remember, I'm going to hold myself accountable that how do I own the system? And that what happened was, is it was to my old email. But when we got our Edge Google email, I never incorporated that, right?
Yeah.
So now you'd be super proud. Not only do I have my Edge email, but I have my old email, and now I am officially back using it. And that's
Nice.
just because we just get so busy. I honestly, guys, my business went from 7, 8 a month to 3, and my processor's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Hmm.
But it's where I'm picking back up. But you know what? I do love the fact that we're keeping it on the Edge because I do think that's part of why the community and we're sharing, because we are a family, so to speak, in my opinion.
Right. Right. Yeah. And I think, and it's good because I guess so everybody like on this call is thinking about they want to get more information about it, right? And kind of thinking about doing this, I'm assuming.
Yep.
So I don't know if anybody's having some pain points with their current CRM or if there's something that I mean, now's the time to definitely ask Scarlett if what's the capabilities of this CRM that like may be a pain point of your current one, like
That's a
what do
great
you want?
question. Like,
Yeah.
what does anybody, before I go into the whole dog and pony show, right? Does anybody have any questions or pain points just to start? Because that's like deal breakers. If you don't have that, I'm out. It's Saturday and I got to go. Does anybody have anything like that that you're struggling with that I might be able to answer those questions first? Nobody.
Is there a per seat cost or is it like per LO? So like if you want your processor in there
Oh
or
no, you just pay for the whole account and you can add as many people as you want. I found out, fun fact, you can add 1 million leads in there too. Yeah. It's you just pay per account and then you can add as many as you want.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I found this site when I moved from being the realtor into being a lender, and I wanted something similar to KV Core because I had spreadsheets of leads because I was always running Facebook ads and stuff, and it was painful. So I was paying personally just for an account like $600 a month, and my son-in-law, ex-son-in-law, was from New Zealand, and he actually works for some huge coach, right? And he walked by my system and said, "Oh, that's Go High Level." I go, "Huh?" And that was 2019. Okay. So I was one of the first people with this system. So we've been building this system out for all these years. And I'm going to be honest, about 8 months ago, a year ago, my guy who helped me run it, I coach a lot. And I guess I coached him right out of a job because he's always sitting on there and he's always wanted to become a pastor. And he ended up going back to college to become a pastor. So I kind of stopped growing and keeping up with the updates. I went into a meeting with a group of my realtors and they were trying to recruit them in, and they had this system and they were talking about all these things the system did. And I got my rear handed to me and I'm like, oh, that does not work for me. And I went to log into their system. I said, I'm just going to buy their system and see what it's like. Well, I bought it and it's my system. And that was absolutely ridiculous. So we all made pretty good money in the summer, and I pretty much dumped all my extra, money into buying all the different things that we can do. Because what is it that I think that we need, right, as loan officers for this? So we have what he was talking about. The first thing for me that I loved is when the second somebody applies in my system, they get a gift. They get a thank you for applying card, right? I love that. So they get a thank you for applying card, and that's an automation. Oh, we got to update the card. I'm the queen of that. I'll do that later. So when they that's where you have to be careful with this thing because God knows what I've gifted. I'm going to be ADD for just a second. So when you can see this, when somebody, like they got pre-approved, this is where your team has to be super careful because you want to make sure, like when that guy went under contract, he got a measuring tape that was sent to him. So you always, this is what I'd suggest, because you'll see this, like the card thing. I have my $200, like one of those stupid Premier cards attached to this, because I don't like, especially after my whole dilemma, that debacle that I had with the leads, what I'm not going to do is put my savings account or my checking account attached to something that is a gifting feature. because every time it gets low, it re-ups it. So I would always suggest when you sign up for this and they want your card, do it to a card that's got a, like a super low balance, and that you have to pay it off every $100 or $200, so that you can kind of control that. Because when you go automated, you got to be careful, right? You got to be careful that somebody on your team doesn't give everybody pre-approvals or under contracts, and then all of a sudden you just bought 30 measuring tapes at $11 each, right? But it is set up so, let's go back into here, so that every time in my deals in process, when somebody goes under contract, when somebody goes closing AB, like he had mentioned that. For me, closing AB means A would be like the A would be the $200 gifting. Typically that's for like the 300 plus buyers, right? B would be, the 300 under, and I would give them a year. Every single month for 1 year, for $200, first they get a cutting board, then they get every single month they'll get some kind of card from me. Not asking for business, just talking about the process, talking about how you enjoying your home. Third month, they get a Home Depot card. So every single month they get another item of value. At the time when you think that they may need something, right? They get one night, they get a movie, an Amazon gift card or Prime card to buy a movie, kind of $5 thing with popcorn flavored jelly beans. So imagine if you can get your realtor partners then, because everything's branded with your branding on it. Imagine if you could get your realtor partners to split it with you, and in the branding is your name and their name, like in the logo, right? That's super cool. My realtors love it. The weird thing is, in our system, the people who buy the pro, which is with the gifting, typically are the lenders, not as much as the realtors. With the basic account, they all get unlimited postcards. All you have to do is pay for the mailing. With the pro, it ups it to the gifting. So when we set it up, I sent an email to all my realtor partners and I said, hey, listen, I'm starting a VIP program. I really appreciate your business. Do you mind if I get some information? And please click the link below so that I can up my level of service to you. When they open it up, it asks for their birthday and their home address, right? So now, whenever one of my realtor partners has a birthday, they get a card and like a thing of, I think it's like caramel crunch or something. Pretty good, right? It's only like $5. Now, depending on the stage they are in, also depends on the gifting. Do you remember when he said that? So if my realtor partners, everything's a pipeline in my account, right? So if my realtor partners, these are all the newer ones that I'm trying to win, but all my A people, these people sent me at least 4 to 6 deals last year, right? These people sent me like, I think 2 or 3, and these were 1, and these I'm trying to get to send me deals. So depending on the group that they're in, we have it set up to the type of gift that we get. Does anybody have any question about that or have a thought about that?
Can you turn that off until you have it like completely set up the way you want it?
Yeah, this is the thing. It doesn't turn on until you have it completely set up the way you want it. And you can, so basically you can set it up, turn it off, turn it on. It's all in your automations, right? And you've got workflows, and you can turn them on, turn them off, and do whatever you want with your workflows. You can also, what I would suggest for this is doing an add-on, the white label add-on, right? So they set the whole system up. We don't do it where you sign up and then it's a $250 setup fee. You can set it up for yourself if you want, but for $250, they can set the whole thing up for you. The only thing, I was going to tell you that too, Nick, the only thing is that you do need to pick out what cards you wanted for birthday cards. My clients every year in their birthday get a happy birthday card, right? They, as a realtor, they can do like home maintenance stuff. So as a lender for your VIPs, you can send, birthday cards. So there's like when you sign up, we suggest 3 different things that you upload into the account. One is your realtor partners. And if you noticed in my opportunities, because again, remember, this is set up by a lender who's been doing many, many years of core coaching, grow coaching, all that stuff, right? So you would do your realtor partners, you would do your past clients, and you would upload your VIPs. And then you can create a world how you want to speak to them. If you just want to do a card, great. If you just want to set up to have a holiday text, great. But how about if you did a card and a birthday text with a task that you got on your phone as a reminder that it was their birthday, and you could pick up the phone? Well, you send them a card so you can just say, hey, I just want to wish you happy birthday. Did you get the card I sent you? 60 cents it costs you to do that. But how much do you think people are going to appreciate you for that? Nick, we do have, I don't know if you saw the a la carte, if you want them just to set up your gifting for you.
Yeah, I did see that.
Because
Where-
that's the painful part. That's the one thing for me that took me a long time that I would say people aren't using it, and they're not using it because they're just getting on a minute. But why not just pick out which ones you like and let them set up those workflows and stuff and create that link? Because you want to be able to text the link to your VIPs, to your realtors, to your past clients, saying, hey, I just want to tell you that you're part of my VIP group. Please click this link. They'll fill it out. And when they fill out that form, because you've already uploaded them in here, it updates your account. So you now have their birthday and their home address. Okay. So that's, like, to me, my favorite part of this system. We also have here what we were talking about, where this is like all these different things that you get. All you do is click on Canva, right? And you can just download it and make it your own. Or I think it's like $75 a month. You can have them do it all for you, or 70 for the whole kit, 75. I don't know what it is monthly, because typically it's just $75 once. We haven't moved into the next month that we've even offered this, but you can do that. It also has, let's go back in here, and sheet 2 is, the mortgage. Okay, so they didn't, and I guess because they know I don't need it, you should have, I guess, this is like all the stuff that I've used over the years that is Edge branded, that you just open it up. So you already have it branded to Edge. Just change your picture out and change out your phone number and stuff. But there should be another one that's going to come in yours that is for the realtors. So here's a perfect example, because she just did it. So this realtor paid $75, right? Because she's part of our lead, the lead thing, and she's sending these out to her leads. These are beautiful buyer guides that your realtors can have. So you guys are going to have access to also be able to give these items of value to your realtors. I'm a strong believer, as an ex-realtor who did a lot of business and had a lot of lenders coming after me. Everybody's like little birds in the nest with their mouth open. Give me, give me, give me, give me. No, be the lender that's going to show up and be a true partner to your realtors. So you're a partner to them. They need to be a partner to you, right? So that's my speech for the day for that. But that is one of the things that is, you see, they're all right here. Now, like you said, every day, because I was out yesterday to see if it's here. Is it? Survey says, oh, there we go. Our community. This is kind of neat. So we have a community that if you are in the system, right, you just click it. It's a menu item at the bottom. And so, like, see how Colin shared the cool little background? The training is right here. I just personally last week redid the training. My husband did it. And of course, there were a couple of things I need to redo, but it's me, because I think when Nick did it, he had Charles's training and it was a little harder to understand. So I did it. We have an AI lady at first that talks, and then I actually do it. And you can watch the training, and I think it's great to do it. I think it's always good to know your system, or you can pay the $250 and let somebody else just do the whole thing for you for the white label. Your choice, whichever one you want, but that's cool. Here is where the calendar for the different trainings are. So if you just, if you're in your account and you want to know, hey, there's a Zoom tech call, it's right here. And then this is the link to every Friday. I do coaching with anybody. So I open it up from Celia Mayer, Roxana Barrera, Ashley Noriega, Brenda Yaya. I've had people that are on my team that I was doing it with. And Celia will tell you that she's done pretty well with it, right? She'll be the first to tell you she's done very well because she was a firefighter, single mom, never thought she was going to do more than 3 a month, did 10 last month. And I didn't do anything. She's just the most coachable person ever. So we show up on Fridays, we coach. And then if they want to stay on, we are adding to the training a deep dive once a week, probably at night, so that we can do a deep dive in gifting. We're going to do some thinking because my son plays baseball. My husband are gone. So Tuesday night's my first time home buyer class. I think on Thursday nights, I'm going to do a deep dive. And that way people can log in. And if they want to learn how to build out workflows with me in the call and let's do it together, we do that one week. Another week, you want to set up your gifting. You want to, we deep dive in a different product every single week. I think that is kind of important because I don't think we do that enough on the 10 o'clock calls. And I have to do my day job, so I can do it one night a week. The cool part that, we have everything else. Like someone said, what is the difference between you and probably not, we're all go high level. We have AI calling, we have AI texting, we have drop voicemails, we have, all the bells and whistles everybody else has had. We have 10 years of automations. I have Empower LO. Carlos said, go buy it. I bought it. So we have all their workflows and build outs that we can start adding to y'all's account. We have a ton of workflows. Don't get overwhelmed by them. Don't eat the elephant in a day. If you buy in and you end up coming in now, until the end of the month, we have these leads. I'm happy, just like I did that one day, right, with Nick. I'm like, here, where are you? Here you go, and have them. It does end at the end of the month because we have to refresh it, right? But and I'm happy to give them away, to be honest, to be real honest. I was telling Justin, so where do you live? Because he's my friend. So anyway, so one of the automations that we built out is for these leads. So that is an add-on because I don't know if there is one. I mean, so Justin and I, do you mind if I say how we started talking and what my solution was to you?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Justin said, hey, listen, my upline left. Do you think that they're going to let me move up? And we all know the answer, no. And I'm like, no, but I am growing a team because my partner, don't you think for 1 second that she's not trying to think about recruiting? I'm like, I don't have it in me right now. I really don't. I don't. Would I build a team? Do I have people now locally that are starting to? My numbers don't really reflect my numbers because I do give them to other people, right? But I said, you know what, Justin? I said, we're friends. And this is the thing. If you buy the system and get the leads, you keep 100%. Could you come under my team and us do a split and you get the system free? Yeah. But then that's not real fair to make 50% off all your deals because I'm giving you the leads. Why not just get the leads? They're 10 cents each and do it yourself. And he can just, I don't really care which one you do I? I'm like, I don't care which one you do. But to me, from a business model, I would rather, I can't offer that to the people around me, right? Because they're my people around me need to be on my team if they want to get them because they are my competition. You guys aren't my competition. I did not really, I have 2 other states. I'm not really trying to do that right now. Again, getting ready to have my 10th, maybe 11th grandchild. I'm in a different place, right? So that the workflow that we are working on, and that's what I was talking to Nick is on those leads. So that is the one new fun thing. Let's find it. Is here. This is our lead search, right? So these are purchase lists that I was playing with today. My husband was trying to find a seller in a house that someone wants to buy. That's why we only got 5, because I looked up the person's name to pull up all the information, because you can do that too. You can look up all the realtors. You get, with the system, if you're basic, you get 2,500 geo-targeted leads, meaning you can put in a zip code and pull up 25 homeowners and everybody's email address that's in there, which is pretty cool to do retarget Facebook ads. For a pro, you get 5,000 geo-target, right? Like, and that's nice and new and good. And I'll show you what that looks like. That's this thing. People and businesses. If you want to look up realtors, you can do it this way. I'm going to tell you, because of Heroes Housing, this is how I started partnering with this guy, because we started doing geo-targeted Facebook ads to all the people who's in the who work at the doctor's offices, the fire stations. Like, that's how I started with this guy, because I was doing that. But now that he's doing more Google intent data, it's changed the game. So this is a cool feature that you get with it. You get 5,000 pro, 2,500 for basic, and you get to be able to do, like, hand your realtors geo farming lists. You can pick a certain amount and send postcards to them, right? And you can do targeted leads. But that's not the cool feature. The cool feature is now our data intent. So if we're going to look at, so that's obviously my husband's hero thing. So if we look at buyer intent leads, December wasn't, because that's right when we started kicking it off. But if I say real estate buyers in January, do you guys see how many leads are in there right there? Those are people, because the seller leads, they don't do anything for me. I mean, yes, I can give them to my realtors and they're going to be super happy. But, well, who do we want to talk to? We want to talk to the people that are buying, right? So, in fact, we can look up a city. Like, if I looked, I like to do, what I like to do is download the state, and then we upload it, and then we search by the city, because what is your city, Justin?
I'm in the Memphis area, but my Germantown is my city.
I would suggest let's look at Memphis. So it's 2,000
Okay.
leads right there. So if you were to say, okay, Scott, I just want to do the 250, 2,500, you're almost good right there, right? And
Yeah.
what it looks like is you get their name, you get their phone number, you get the address, you get that little hashtag thing, that the 9-digit number that you can retarget ads to. You get their do not call. Are they on the do not call list? Are they not on the do not call list, right? You get their age, their credit, their social connections. I mean, the stuff that you can get on there, right? Their net worth, income range. It is like, this is like hitting the freaking lottery, guys. So you can do that. That is something that is an upgrade. Obviously, I'm not going to sell these leads to anybody that's not in the system, first of all. Second, what we figured out was, so when he did that, then Kevin added, so now you have basic, pro, gold, and premium. All edgers get 50% off no matter what system, what you buy. Right? And as so far and I don't think, unless something happens and I get really mad at Edge, I don't think that we're going to take it off Edge, right? Unless we just don't get a lot and it's just, I don't know. I personally, and I'm the partner in this, I personally am very strong in my commitment to wanting to keep it in our Edge family. Yes, Miss Amber Ray. I love that feature. Yes.
Hey, sorry. Yeah, no, I couldn't figure out any other way to like get your attention. There's no chat feature. I can't find it on my.
You know why I do that, and you'll like this or not, I'm not sure, because we do a lot of this with our realtors when we do the 10 o'clock call, and I have found that it's easier to just remove the chat feature, because I have had LOs trying to talk to my realtors, and that's not cool.
Oh, that's rude. No,
Right?
So I have ADD and you're going through this and I'm thinking of so many questions and I was like, man, I want to shoot a message so you can answer it when you have a break and not interrupt. But anyways, I am trying to build a team this year and like I really want to be able to provide this for my team. Is it able to share, like am I able to share a seat with my
Okay,
team so that I can monitor production and assign leads and things like that?
so where are you located?
I'm in North Georgia. So
Perfect. I ain't got nothing to do with North Georgia, so we're good. Okay. I see. I asked that because I'm, I can't, I don't want to go, oh, yes, 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 and then no. So let's look. So we have all these different accounts, right? I'm just going to give you an example. We have, let's look at Vince Curry. He's a realtor. He's my husband's mentor. And he has a team, he's got an account. So to answer your question is absolutely. Because when you look at his account, he's got, if we look at his contacts, basically what we do is, sorry, we upload the leads. Sorry about that. My dog Hero, the wonder dog. When we send them over, we send them and then you just got all you can make them users, right? So if you look in his account and his settings, so if you think realtor can do the same thing that a lender's doing, you can add them all in as users in your account. And when you tag them on that lead, they only see it. You can make them a follower. So you can do one or two things. You can make you be assigned because you're the team lead and you want to see what's going on and you're the admin. But we can create a trigger that when you tag their name in their lead, the lead goes to them and they can see the lead and you can see last activity. You can see if they're following because I'm a little bit of a hard ass when it comes to this stuff, right? I'm not giving you this stuff. I've done it before. I used to give my team tons of leads and now I'm very particular with who I do that because it's money. That's money for you. So yes, you only have to pay for the one seat for your team. And then you can buy whatever price point you want for the leads. And then like what this guy does is we just divide it up, amongst his team. And he just like, for me, last night I was on the call with 3 VAs. So we just hired 3 virtual assistants and their job is to move the leads in. When somebody buys it, they have to go in, we have to download that area and then tag it. It goes into your account. And then Vince just hired a VA and her job is to make sure the workflows are working, right? And to be able to, assign the leads to them. But with that being said, because this is something else that's kind of cool with your workflow, if you look, the Empire team, right? This workflow is for this very thing. This realtor, when y'all see that I'm going in the mall and all that stuff, this is his office that he's letting me be the in-house lender for. So he has duplicated the workflow and like they have branded it for themselves. So the leads that they're assigned to, they're taking the same workflow. Like say if I'm a lender and I've got something that I'm giving them item of value, I'm giving them all this, and it's all branded to me. How does that work as a team lead when you have people under you, right? Well, they can copy it and they can, because they've got access right there, they can brand it themselves and they can create their own workflow so that when you tag the lead to them and their workflow launches, it's branded to them, but in your system. Is that cool?
it's very cool. Does it also give us like pipeline? Can I integrate it with Arrive and
Yes.
it track our pipeline and theirs too?
So that's, you know what? Hey, Nick, I've done a pretty good job that you've never seen me. In fact, I got in a lot of trouble because somebody else my leads have never gone into the system. And I think it's because we've kept them all separated. But I think that might get messy. Wouldn't you think if we, because I'm not sure. You might be able to. I've never tried that.
Are you
Like,
are you talking about somebody that would be on your team? You want their stuff if somebody does an application with their Arrive that it comes into your CRM?
Right, under them, under their workflow, like their pipeline, so I
Yeah,
could
I think
track it.
Scarlett, you should be able to do that because the person on her team would have her own Zap, and then they would have to create a Zap
that's what
under
I'm
their account.
thinking. Like, I've never realized this is, see, this is why I love this stuff, guys, because all these different ideas. But let's just look, the question here is, do they have an API key,
Mm,
right?
yeah. You
And
would think that they would be able to do it. I mean, I think that would be, and again, like that would be a good question to ask. Like, if we can't figure it out, ask
yeah,
Scarlett's support team.
yep.
Like, hey, how do we do this? Because I think, like, when you look at it, it's like I don't see why that wouldn't work.
Because you know
You
what
know
I
what I
think
mean?
it would be? I think it would be the API key of the account. But instead of putting it, you know how like we put it in deals in process and the stage, I think that you could, but it would be, you would have to do like how I have a deals in process, Scarlett's deals in process. You would have to do the
Yeah,
team.
her own pipeline.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And then you could push it into that pipeline. So the answer is yes.
yeah.
You
Answer
gotta
is
talk
yeah,
it
yeah.
through. The answer, because Geneva, my daughter,
Mhm.
used to work out of mine and she used to get her lending pad used to go into mine. So the answer
Yeah,
is
you would just create the person on your team, you would create a different pipeline, like an opportunity and pipeline. You would just create their own. And then I believe Scarlett, can you give like users, can you give them access to only certain pipelines?
yep. As the
Okay, so
admin, she can give her users only access.
Perfect.
yeah,
Right.
so
Yeah,
your team is only going to see what you want them to see.
perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would want. I would literally want this to be like it's my CRM, but I'm
Mm.
like giving them their own CRM within my CRM. Like I'm providing it for them so that I can oversee, what's going on, keep track of things, manage
Especially
production,
if you're
assign.
buying them leads. I mean, because
Yeah.
that's the thing is that